what we're seeing is a revolution in many industries. You've seen it in the telecom industry, where the big old structures were falling apart and being replaced by an individual phone into everybody's hands. We're seeing something very similar in the power industry to some degree, where localization, small networks are able to solve problems. I think we need the same revolution in the water industry, to really speed up the process and to bring the power to the people.
And maybe if we deep dive a little bit in what makes the telecom sector successful, it's also because new service models were introduced. And I think there is a real opportunity for us in our business. Stop talking about the very ancient traditional design build. We have to look into the whole service model. If we want to give water a certain value, then try to price it in a range that people are willing to pay for it. In a lot of places around the world, people are willing to pay $1, $2, $3 for a cubic meter or a couple of liters of water. Mm-hmm. So, you can build a business case around it if you create scale. So decentralized solutions, services, operation maintenance, locally on the ground, make sure that there's local talent available, and then you can create a business case which can, let's say, serve the need of the people and provide them access to clean water, sanitation, and whatever they need.
Which so is that also means, viable.
Besides technical innovation, which of course is important here at Wetses, it's also about social innovation, it's about the commercial innovation. We need to add different service models, which also means different financial schemes and capabilities to the water industry.
Yeah.
Integrated.
Thank you for that.
Because the customers are asking for solutions. They're not asking for a filter or just a great ID. They're asking for an integrated solution.
Question, what do you think is now the key ingredient of that journey from startup to scale up? What would you say?
I think after in this initial phase, you have your first references. It's about scaling up. And scaling up means that if you talk about a technology company, you very often need to broaden your geographical focus. Mm-hmm. You need to look for other countries, other regions. And at the same time, in your home organization, you need to scale up your production capacity, your manufacturing capabilities, your engineering capabilities. Standardization is becoming an important role. So what we very often see is that a startup company is not only helped by just dumb money, but also by helping them to find the right way into other geographical countries around the world.
I think the great thing about water technology is that it's an enabling thing. Water is enabling production processes, it's enabling agriculture, it's enabling a lot of different fields to work in. And that makes a technology often fit in numerous of applications. Now, if you look at the big three fields, industrial, municipal and agricultural, those fields have such a different dynamics that it's hard to play a dominant role in every field. So my thing is, if you have developed a technology, you need focus. So if you think you can offer the most value in industry, that's where you have to go. I think municipalities are in general, impossible, I would say, in terms of the lead times and adaptation times. But industry and agriculture, it's doable as long as you have enough strength and enough focus to deal with certain things. But focus is the key.
I think one specific problem of water is that it's a life essential good, which even though I'm very much for making money and sustainability and all these kind of things, but if you have the choice to continue to sell one-way plastic bottles to an island and take 25 cents per liter from people which earn $1 a day as your business model, which is very profitable, or if you go and build a plant there and sell the water for 3 cents a liter and make very little money on it, I think there's a big ethical question which adds to it, which in particular is important also when it comes to agriculture, where water is priced on a ridiculously low level, and that leads to destruction of the groundwaters in the world. And there are much bigger implications, and we can talk in Paris for a long time about the CO2 levels and all these kind of things, and people decide on billions of dollars which need to be invested into the third world, much of that should go into water, and it should go into water on a large scale in order to prevent these problems from happening. And then the questioning of pricing it and looking at it only from a commercial perspective, I think, has to be relatively to the impact and to the effects which it has.
We are talking here about a sense of urgency. That's, I think, what we are trying to get across here. And to really change the value of water is, for example, easier to achieve on the industrial side than, for example, on the municipal side. Right. So we see also that the road to market, the implementation of innovations in the industrial side is normally a shorter period of time than compared to the drinking water cycle or the municipal cycle. So I think if we talk about sense of urgency and we talk about opportunities, I would very much plead for a better focus on the industrial side and see what we can learn. Decentralized solutions can help people staying in the region and avoid that those people want to flee to other areas around the world. I'm not talking about political issues, I'm just talking about solving the water problem in the northern part of Iran and Iraq, where literally at the moment 45 million people have to make a choice where to go. Absolutely. So that requires short-term solutions. If you then look at the average period of time which an innovation takes, and we addressed that this morning, in Holland we have also analyzed that, and it takes 12 to 15 years. Then there's a big mismatch between the sense of urgency, the way how venture capitalists want to make money, and the sense of urgency which requires very practical, pragmatic, down-to-earth, cheap, implementable, portable solutions. Yeah, clear. And that is the challenge which we have to overcome. Yeah.
So I have just one point to add, is that I feel that from the companies, the fund has invested in the partnerships. Well, when we are talking about digitalization, we had a talk about it just before, but we managed to have a better market return. And when we're talking about more hard tech, new technologies in the water sectors, usually it involves evolving the current value chain, the current chain of treatment, and it involves much longer time to market. And so I'd say that there might be also a place for venture capital, maybe more focused on green IT, water and IT.
Just one follow-up question to that, because we were talking over lunch. You work for actually a company with quite a legacy, quite a historic, long historic past. Now, do you think a company like the one you are at is ready to actually do that?
This is a great question. Actually, I'm fighting for that. Yeah, well, this is a great question. When we see, in the power industry, large companies just as us, even our brother ENGIE, that also comes with this legacy, are currently changing, even selling all their former assets. Like ENGIE is investing €1 billion in IT and power right now. So I think that we are at the beginning of this movement. And so, well, the challenge for us is to change, yes, definitely. And I hope, yes, we can change. So
okay. Let's keep an eye and a critical eye on that progress. Evert, if I were to ask you, where should we look next? What's on the horizon?
I think for me the biggest challenge, and what you hear, the world problems with water are often related to agriculture, because that's the most fundamental thing in life, eating and drinking. Over 3/4 of the water used in the world is agricultural. I think in Holland we have the most advanced agricultural systems where everything is enclosed, so evaporation can be controlled to a certain extent. I think that is where the big opportunity is in water. And I realize that by saying this, the water is use of, what do you call it? Undervalued at this moment, because the price for water in agriculture is ridiculously low. that's a challenge we all have to address. But I think that's where the huge challenge is worldwide.
Last question for all of you. Is water the new oil?
Yes.
Yes, that's a very clear answer. Florian? Definitely.
But luckily,
Could you use the mic, please?
luckily reusable.
Right.
Water is water and it will not disappear.
Sarah?
And I'd say water is better than the new oil. I mean, oil is an old economy. It's not climate change proof, so much better than the new oil.
Much better than the new oil. Well, on that positive note, I would like to ask our 4 panelists, Sarah, Evert, Florian and Menno, thank you very much for joining us here today and for sharing some of your wonderful insights. Thank you very much.